My name is Bethy, and if you don't know me, I'm the Yogi Witch, and this is Luna. Welcome to this 40-minute Spring Equinox flow. Today we're going to celebrate the start of spring, waving goodbye to winter, and this flow is all about matching restorative with VINYASA. So Spring Equinox symbolises the equality between night and day. This is when we move away from winter, we move away from darkness, into spring, into light, into day. So I hope you enjoy this flow. If you have bolsters and blocks, you can grab it now. Grab yourself a cup of tea, and I'll see you on the mat in a moment. So just going to begin today's flow by coming into a supported fish pose. So grabbing 2 blocks if you have them. We're going to take 1 block in between our shoulder blades, avoiding the lower spine, and the other block just underneath our head, supporting us here. If you're a natural backbender, you're more than welcome to remove the block at your head. If not, we're just going to begin here. So finding that comfortable spot with that block just in between the shoulder blades. And then once you've found it, just settle in here. As we said in the introduction, the Spring Equinox is all about new beginnings, releasing darkness. Winter is almost over. So in fish pose, it's a beautiful pose to open up the chest, to unblock the heart chakra, ready to welcome in positivity, to welcome in new beginnings and happiness. So just spend a few moments resting here. And if you feel that your back is warming up, you feel a little bit more comfortable, you're more than welcome to remove that block underneath your head and allow the head to come to the mat to get a deeper heart opener. So in this moment, I would just like you to set your intention for the practice. And today, I would like you to set your intention by focusing on what you'd like to release and what you'd like to welcome in. So for myself, I'm going to release self-doubt, and I'm going to welcome in a positive mindset. Just set your intention now. And when you've set your intention, just going to begin to bend the legs, pressing your forearms into the mat, your hands flat into the mat. Then you're going to gently lift up the head, lift up all the body. And taking this block to one side, you're going to rest the body all the way back down, bringing one knee, bring another into the chest, and just begin to rock back and forth, massaging this lower back here. Before taking our hands underneath the knees, separate the knees slightly and just begin some ankle rotations, moving in one direction, moving in another. And if you'd like, you're more than welcome to stay with your hands underneath, separating your legs here, or you can into your happy baby pose, taking the outside of the feet, keeping the arms straight and pressing that lower spine into the mat. Breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. For gently bringing the feet together, bringing the knees together. You take the legs all the way up in the sky, taking the arms overhead and just getting some stretches here. Before taking the hands underneath the knees, going to cross the ankles. I'm going to rock a few times, massaging all the way down the spine, beginning to wake up and engage that core. And then when you're ready, we'll engage that core and rock all the way up to our boat pose, taking our hands forward. Beautiful. And then cross those ankles, going to rock all the way back and all the way up, back to our boat. Engaging that core, creating a little bit of fire. And then one more time, cross those ankles, roll all the way back up to boat for the final time, for resting our feet down and coming into a comfortable cross-legged position. Rolling back the shoulders and taking one hand onto our chest and one hand onto the floor next to us. Imagine that we're connecting with the earth, we're connecting with the universe. So today's flow is going to be a mixture of yin and yang poses, so we're going to work on creating fire, then relaxing, creating fire and relaxing. Honouring the beauty of the spring equinox as we move into warmer weather. And then gently swapping hands, bringing your right hand to your chest, allowing the left hand to touch the floor beside you, balancing out the breathing here. And leaving the right hand all the way down. And leaving the left hand all the way down. We're going to sweep our right hand up to the sky, opening up this chest, taking our gaze up to our fingertips. Before allowing our right hand to the mat, taking our left hand overhead. And then gently release the left hand down, roll over the knees, coming into our tabletop position. And from our tabletop, we're going to move our body all the way up, tapping our toes if it feels comfortable. And allowing our left hand to come back, we're going to open up the chest, left hand side, right arm comes overhead. Before swinging the right arm all the way forward, bringing it to touch the back of our heel, taking our left hand all the way up to the sky. And taking this 3 more times, so sweeping left hand forwards, right hand comes overhead. Right hand comes forward, left comes to the sky. And then take these 2 more times in your own pace, at your own rhythm. Really opening up the chest here. When we open up the heart, open up the chest, we're welcoming that positivity, that light, that day sensations. Moving on to our final time. We're taking both hands back to our tabletop, tuck those toes, and we're going to lift the hip bones into the sky, feeling so strong here, pushing into our shoulders, creating strength. And then bringing our big toes together, we'll sweep the right leg into the sky, bend this knee, come into split dog. And then bringing the right knee all the way into the chest. You're going to step through to your low lunge, lowering that back left leg. Inhale, the arms come up. And exhale, we're going to lower our left hand to touch the back of the leg, open up with our right. And then bringing our hands back to the center, taking them into prayer, we're going to twist over to the right hand side. Inhale, both arms come back up to the sky. Exhale, take both hands down to the mat, lift up that back leg, and we're going to step all the way forward, coming into our forward fold. Inhale to look forward, straighten the back, and exhale, forward fold. And then bending those knees, we're going to come up vertebrae by vertebrae all the way up. Inhale, take the arms overhead. Pushing that pelvis forward, come into a mini back bend. But inhale, come all the way back up. And exhale, swan dive back to our forward fold. Inhale to lift the chest, look forward. And exhale, place both hands back into the mat. Step back with our left leg, placing our left leg down. And inhale to come back to the low lunge. And exhale, take both hands down. Step back into your tabletop. Lift up into your plank and take a vinyasa. So lowering the chest all the way to the floor. Untucking the toes. And inhale to lift your upward dog. For rolling over those toes, come back to your down dog. I'm going to take this flow on the other side, so bring the big toes together. We're going to sweep the left leg into the sky, bending this knee, move to split dog. And then bring the left knee into the chest, step forward, lowering the back leg into your low lunge. Inhale. Arms come overhead and exhale. We're going to take our right hand behind, maybe touching the back of the leg, and open up with our left arm. Creating balance, stability here in this beautiful back bend. Before moving back into the center, taking our hands to create the center of our chest and twisting over to the left hand side. Inhale to lift both arms back up to the sky. Exhale, take them to the floor, lifting up those back toes and stepping all the way into our forward fold. Inhale, straighten the back. And exhale to forward fold. Bending those knees, coming up vertebrae by vertebrae. Taking the arms overhead and pushing out the pelvis, coming into a mini back bend. For coming back to the center and swan diving all the way forward. Inhale, look forward, straighten the back. Exhale, place both hands down, stepping back with the right leg, lowering back to our low lunge. Inhale, the arms come overhead. Exhale, take both arms down, move back to your tabletop, tuck those toes and come into your plank and take a vinyasa. Untucking the toes, inhale to upward dog, and exhale, roll over those toes, come back to down dog, feeling comfortable, feeling rooted. Throughout this flow, imagine that every time you exhale, you're releasing anything that no longer serves you, and every time you inhale, you're breathing in light, you're breathing in positivity and happiness. And then taking the big toes together, you're going to sweep the right leg all the way to the sky, bending this knee, come to split dog. And then bringing the right knee into the chest. You're going to step all the way forward to your low lunge. Inhale. The arms come overhead. And engaging that back leg, tucking those back toes, you're going to lift up to your high lunge. Inhale here. And exhale, pivot that back foot so it becomes parallel to the back of the mat. We're going to move into our warrior two. Feeling so strong in our front leg as we bend over our ankle. And straightening that front leg, turning the palms forward. We're going to inhale and exhale, pivot from the hip, moving to our triangle pose. Taking our head back to gaze up at our fingertips, really open up the chest, open up the shoulders here. Bending the front knee, we're going to move briefly back to our warrior two. While taking our left hand behind our back, flipping the palm of our right, we're going to move to our reverse warrior. And then taking our left hand into the sky to meet our right, we're going to pivot on that back leg, coming to our high lunge, taking our hands to Namaste in the center of our chest. We're going to twist over to the right hand side, engage in that core. Remembering to breathe. For taking both hands down into the mat, we're going to step all the way forward once more into our forward fold. Inhale to lift the chest, look forwards. And exhale, forward fold. Bend those knees and coming up vertebrae by vertebrae. Arms come all the way overhead. Pushing that pelvis forward, come back into our mini back bend. And then exhale, we're going to swan dive to our forward fold. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, place the hands down, step back with our right leg. Inhale to high lunge. And then exhale, take the hands down, move back to your plank and take a vinyasa. Inhale to upward dog. Exhale, roll over those toes, come back to our down dog. Big toes come together, taking the left leg into the sky as time, bend this knee, come to split dog. And then bringing the left knee into the chest. Just step all the way through to your low lunge. Lowering that back knee, inhale, the arms come all the way overhead. And with those back toes tucked, we're going to inhale to lift up to our high lunge. Exhale to move to our warrior two. The back foot is parallel with the back of the mat, bending into this front knee. And then when you're ready, we're going to extend that front leg, turn our palms forward, taking our gaze back to our right hand and pivot from the hips, coming into our triangle pose. Bending into that front knee, come briefly back into warrior two. We'll taking the right hand behind the back, flipping the palm of our left and move back to reverse warrior. Taking our right hand up the sky to meet the left. We're going to pivot on that back leg, coming back to our high lunge. We're taking our hands to Namaste and we're going to twist over to the left hand side. Pushing into our elbow to twist ourselves deeper. We're taking both hands down to the mat, step back to your plank and take a vinyasa. Inhale to upward dog. And exhale, lower the whole chest down, taking one hand to top of another, closing the eyes. Taking a moment just to calm our breath before we move to Sphinx. So bringing your forearms into the mat, elbows under the shoulders, you're going to lift the chest up, taking our gaze forward. The feet come to either corner of the mat, feeling strong here. Coming in to the restorative benefits of the Sphinx pose. Keeping our concentration on our breath as we breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Keeping that internal heat that we're creating, almost as if we're creating that kind of spring sunshine in our bellies, in our chest. Spring Equinox is all about new beginnings, new life, seeing all the flowers in the fields bloom. So imagine that with all this heat you're creating in this flow, you're causing those flowers in your soul to bloom, leaving behind any regrets, any mistakes you might have made, leaving them behind in winter, and welcoming a new you in spring. When you're ready, you're going to bring your palms to meet in the mat, pressing into them as you move your elbows to the side, lower the chest all the way down. Before bringing your chest back to your mat, tuck those toes and we're going to lift straight up, back into our plank. So inhale and exhale, lift up into our plank, holding here. And then when you're ready, we're going to take a vinyasa, lower the chest, inhale to upward dog, exhale, roll over the toes, come back to down dog. And once again, we're going to bring our big toes together, sweep the right leg into the sky, bend this knee, come to split dog. And then bringing the right knee into the chest, you're going to hold and step through, coming back into our high lunge. Inhale, the arms come all the way overhead. And exhale, taking our hands into our chest. You're going to bend into that front leg and engaging all your core, all your quads. You're going to lift up to flying warrior. Before releasing the right arm down, you're going to pivot on those hips, taking your left hand into the sky, coming into your half moon pose. Honouring the night here, the beautiful powers of the moon. For allowing the left hand to come down, your left leg moves to the front of the mat to meet the right. Inhale, lift the chest, straighten the back. And exhale, bend those knees, come all the way up to standing, arms come overhead. Pushing your pelvis forward, mini back bend. And then swan dive the body forward, back to our forward fold. Inhale, look forward. And exhale, place the hand down, step back with that left leg. Inhale to our high lunge. And exhale, taking those hands to Namaste again. The center of our chest going to twist over to the right hand side. And then allowing the left hand to come down. You can take the right hand up to the sky, and if you have it in your practice, you can move to your wild thing. Opening up the chest, feeling so open, so beautiful in this pose. Before allowing the right hand to come back to the mat, pivoting on our heels and taking a vinyasa. Inhale to upward dog, and exhale. Roll over the toes, come back to down dog. Bringing our big toes touch, sweeping the left leg into the sky, bend this knee, and then bring the left knee into the chest. We're going to step all the way through to our high lunge. Inhale, arms come overhead. Exhale, taking the hands center of our chest, engaging those quads, engaging those glutes. Once more, we're going to lift the right leg, coming to our flying warrior. Before allowing the left hand down, stacking those hips and taking our right hand to the sky to come into our half moon pose. And then lowering the right hand down, bringing that right leg to meet the left, the front of the mat. Lift the chest, look forwards. And exhale, bend those knees all the way up to standing. Arms come overhead into a mini back bend. Before swan diving all the way back forwards. Inhale, look up. Exhale, place the hands down, step back with our right leg. Inhale to high lunge. Exhale to prayer twist to the left hand side. And again, we can move into a wild thing if you have it in your practice by taking the right hand down, bring the left hand up to the sky, and then taking your left leg behind, right, open up here. For allowing the left hand down into the mat and take a vinyasa. Inhale to upward dog. Exhale. We're going to move back to our child's pose, bringing the big toes together, taking the knees to the side. If you have a bolster, then you can grab it now, or a couple of pillows. Becoming this yang practice by bringing the bolster and allowing our chest to fall heavy on it. Matching the vinyasa flow with restorative poses. Just bring all your attention to your breathing. Becoming aware of every inhale and every exhale that you take. coming into our final heart opener with our camel pose. Coming into our final heart opener with our wheel pose. So when you're ready, taking the hand next to the chest, you're going to lift the body up. Coming back into the focus, moving your pillow or your bolster out of the way. Then crossing those ankles behind you and move the legs all the way forwards. Allowing the body to come flat onto your back. And we're going to take this in 3 goes. We're going to come face into our bridge pose before taking our wheel pose. So when you're ready, keeping your knees over your ankles, we're bringing your feet as close as you can to your hips. We're going to inhale to lift the hips up to the sky, maybe taking the hands underneath the body, interlocking the fingers and moving to the shoulders. Breathe here. Then gently release the hands, lowering the hips down and moving knees from side to side. And then bringing your knees back above your ankles, close as we can to the hips. We're going to lift our hips into the sky once more. So inhale, lift them up. Taking our hands underneath our body, coming onto our shoulders, and really push into our shoulders and open up the chest, maybe coming onto the tippy toes. Before lowering the hips back down. Windscreen wiping knees from left to right. If you have wheel in your practice, you can take it now, or you can continue with your bridge pose, whichever your body craves today. But when you're ready, you're going to take your hands next to your ears. Elbows are like magnets, keep coming together, and then when you're ready, we're going to inhale to lift the body into our wheel pose. Breathing here. If you have it in your practice, then maybe you lift one leg to the sky, lower it back down, maybe you lift another. Just remembering to breathe in this pose, pushing through the chest, opening the shoulders. Before gently lowering the body all the way back to your mat. And then bring your knees into your chest. Taking a moment here. And then once again, you're going to take the legs into the sky, hands underneath the knees, cross the ankles, and you're going to rock all the way up to seated. Extending the legs in front of you. Inhale. And exhale, forward fold over your legs. Bringing a slight bend into your knees this time. As you counteract all these heart openers with the back bends. The equality between night and day here. And then inhale, going to look at the toes, and exhale, bring yourself all the way up, bending the left leg this time, and hugging the left knee with your right arm. Going to twist all the way over to the left hand side, hugging it close. Gently bring it back to center, extending the left leg and bending the right leg, hugging it close with your left arm as we twist over to the right hand side. Gently move back into the center, hugging the knees closer, bringing your hips closer to your body. You're going to engage that core and we're gently going to relax all the way back to the mat, rocking from side to side, massage that lower back. Before hugging the right knee in close, allowing the left leg to extend onto the floor, You're going to use your left hand and guide the right knee all the way over to the left hand side of your body. Doesn't matter how deep you go here, you just want to keep both shoulders on the mat. Bring the right knee back into center, hugging both knees close, and then extending the right leg, using your right arm to guide the left knee over to the right hand side, keeping both shoulders on the mat. And then bring both knees back into second. And then hugging both knees close, lifting the shoulders, lifting the hips, giving yourself a well-deserved hug. Before once again, take the legs up to sky and across the ankles and rock ourselves all the way forward. Grabbing a bolster, grabbing a pillow and coming back to supported bridge. If you've got a bolster, you're going to bring it as close as you can to your hips, allowing your body to lie all the way down. Opening up the heart. If it's too uncomfortable for you, you can come back into your regular Shavasana by allowing the whole body to recline on the floor, relaxed. But if you search for a deeper back bend, maybe you want to release just a little bit more, you can come into your fish pose. And we're going to stay here for a few more minutes. Imagine that every time you inhale and every time you exhale, you repeat, let go. Just stay here for a few more moments. If your mind starts to wander, then just bring it back to your breathing with kindness and compassion. There's no judgment here. We release judgment with all other negativity habits we might have in our lives. We leave them behind in winter as we walk towards a new life, a new outlook, and a new sense of well-being in the spring. If you want to stay in Shavasana a little bit longer, then I invite you to do so. But if you're ready to move out, then just gently breathe deeply in from the nose and exhale long out the mouth. Bending the knees, bringing the feet into the mat, and just allow the body to fall all the way to one side, taking your hands underneath your head like a little pillow. For keeping the eyes closed, you gently push into the hands, bringing yourself all the way up to a comfortable seated position. Rolling back the shoulders, bring your hands to Namaste in the center of your chest. And 3 times we're going to shake off any remaining stress or worry by breathing in through the nose and exhale out through the mouth. blow through the mouth. And I'd just like you to repeat after me, but this time we're going to repeat it out loud, not caring who's around, feeling the words. I release anything that no longer serves me. I am powerful and magical in my own right. From today onwards, I create the life that I want to live. And when you're ready, just blink the eyes back open into the room. And in this moment, we're going to smile. Again, not caring who's there. We're just going to smile to ourselves. Thank you for joining me on the mat today to celebrate the Spring Equinox. And I hope to see you on the mat soon. Namaste.